Welcome, guys. I'm Julie Barash. I'm the manager of content, education, and program development. I've been with the brand for 11 years. I used to be out in the field as a regional trainer and national artist. So I've been around for a long time, so feel free to ask me any questions.
Yeah, and I'm Pierce Winfrey. I'm the Director of Artistry and Education for Smashbox Cosmetics. And we're excited to be here with you today. We're going to be going over our current launches for spring, and then we're going to dive into the summer launches as well. And I know that you guys work a lot with people online, so we want to make sure that we're going over the correct information. So again, since there's so few of us, you don't have to meet your lines. We'd love to have participation, and if there's like specific questions about matching or wearability or how to use these products, we're here to answer those.
Yeah, absolutely. We really want to customize this for you. Can you guys just let us know the last time you had a Smashbox training?
I'm thinking it was probably, Christy, what do you think, a year and a half ago?
We had a huge session and a makeover demonstration when all of the artists multi-branded, and now we're all trained on Smashbox, and that was the last one that I remember. I don't remember launch training since then.
Okay, perfect. Was that when Bobby Brown and Smashbox merged?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So it was me, right?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Okay, just want to make sure. Awesome. So we're definitely going to customize this for you. You know, we'll speak to the brand. We'll go over core products, newness, like Pierce said, and then we're going to leave it open at the end to answer any questions you guys may have. If you want to see a demo, we can do that. We can really customize this for you. So if you wanted to even jot down notes as we go and save them for the end, or because it is a small group, just ask along the way, that's completely fine as well. But anything that we don't cover, please make sure that you ask questions at the end if you did want to hear about it.
Okay. We did just want to double check in the beginning. Are you guys interested in seeing application demo, or would you rather just go through product information and kind of best practices?
Could we keep the training to an hour with application demos?
Yeah, we can do a quicker demo at the end, about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
I think it would be beneficial for the entire artistry team to see the application, the layering, when and where, and we have budgeted an hour for every artist, so we can maximize that. I think it would be beneficial. What do you think, Leah?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Okay, perfect. Then we're ready to get started.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks, but you can't.
Okay. Sounds good.
Good. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to share my screen with you, so we can go over the PowerPoint. There we go. Hold on one quick second. All right.
Awesome. So as many of you guys know, Smashbox Cosmetics was born in 1996, and we were born out of a photography studio. We're going through a brand evolution, and we're changing up our tagline a little bit. We want to really speak to the consumer. We want it to be more emotional. We really want to relate why the studios is so important to her. So this is our new tagline. Have you guys seen this?
I haven't.
I have not either, but it's great.
Yes, so makeup for everyday life in the spotlight, because the world is your studio. So some of the feedback we've gotten in the past is sometimes people don't understand the studio concept. They're not doing special occasion makeup. So we really wanted to say that, every day you're out, whether you're in front of your car at home, whether you're driving in your car, going to work, walking down the street, no matter where you are, that's your life and you're on the spotlight. So how can we create products that work throughout your day? And so this is kind of what we landed on, and I think it's really strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then again, just kind of reiterating that, born in the studio, beautiful in every light, Smashbox is makeup for everyday life in the spotlight, because the world is her studio. And then you're going to also see new images. So this is one of our new models, and I love this shot. Gorgeous, beautiful skin. It's speaking of diversity and how we are for everyone everywhere.
Baby, don't make me spell it out for you. All of the feelings that I got for you can't be explained, but I can try for you. Yeah, baby, don't make me spell it out for you. You keep on asking me the same questions. I'm second guessing all my intentions. Should know by the way I use my compression that you got the answers to my confessions. It's like I'm powerful with a little bit of tender and emotion, no sexual. Messy up, yeah, but no one does it better. There's nothing better. That's just the way you make me feel. It's just the way you make me feel. It's just the way you go. So, you so. It's just the way you make me feel. It's just the way you. It's just the way you make me feel. All these stories don't stop it. You got me right here in your jeans pocket. Think about it on a shirt pocket. You know I love it, tell me don't stop it. It's like I'm powerful with a little bit of tender. Emotion, no sexual window. Messy up, yeah, but no one does it better. There's nothing better. That's just the way you make me feel. Just the way you make me feel. Just the way you hold me so, just the way you make me feel. Just the way you make me feel. It's just the way that I feel. I can't help it. It's just the way that I feel. Damn, that's just the way you make me feel. That's just the way you make me feel. That's just the way you make me feel. That's just the way
Nice.
That was
Very
one
good.
of the snippets from this past season, filmed at Smashbox Studios. So we always have someone in the studios. Even this week, they've been like closed off to the offices because maybe it might have been a Jenner was here, or someone that wasn't allowed to be seen by our office staff. But there's always something going on. Always, videos being filmed and different photography sessions. So we like to share that with you guys just to give you a little glimpse into what's happening here on a day-to-day basis.
I love also that our competitors shoot here. So we open it up to everyone. And just little fun fact, Monday I was grabbing coffee in the studio coffee bar and Jada Pickett Smith was there with Willow. So
that's fun.
yeah, she was here Monday. So it's always fun, and it's nice to share that with people when they're talking, just to give our brand credibility. So moving in to product, we wanted to just review our hero star franchises. You're going to probably see a lot of traction of these 3 categories online. Wanted to quickly review them and make sure that you don't have any questions. And of course, that starts with Photo Finish. Photo Finish Primer, we're the #1 primer brand in North America. It's our #1 selling product. It's the bulk of our business, and you're going to see a lot of advertisement with primer. We always want to try to enhance that category, and so we're going to hit it hard in spring. So we just want to make sure that you guys are always recommending a primer, no matter what you're selling online. No matter if you're answering questions about a lip or an eyeshadow, you're always linking our core category and primer with that purchase. Also, our Studio Skin franchise, in August, we just did a shade extension with Studio Skin. So now we have 40 shades. We have a new claim of 24-hour and a price reduction of $36. So that's huge. And we did send our snapshot with you to you guys. One thing I did want to mention is that we do have an undertone sheet in that snapshot. If you guys did not receive it, let us know, because I think being online and having to speak to clients, that undertone sheet is key. It just at a glance lets you see all the shades and their undertones. And then of course we launched a new product in this category that we'll get into. And then our always on, which is our always on lip. And then we also have our always on gel liners. Do you guys have any questions about those 3 categories?
No.
No? Okay. So moving along. So like I said, you're going to see this hit hard in spring, but it launched 19 years ago. The original primer continues to be in the spotlight. It's our #1 Smashbox Hero product. And basically it's because makeup isn't the same without it. So you guys probably know this product. You could sell it with your eyes closed. It's going to fill in fine lines and pores, make your makeup look smooth and last longer. What we want to share with customers is that this is a multitasking product. You can wear it alone to smooth out the surface. You can wear it underneath makeup to make it last longer. You can use it as a magic eraser if you have shadow fallout, or if you're trying to do a wing eyeliner and you're not getting that edge smooth. You can use this to clean up with a concealer brush or a Q-tip. You can also use it to clean up a lip or even remove a liquid lip. So it's very multitasking. So we want to kind of share those insider secrets so people are more excited to buy the product.
Another great thing about this product too is it has over 10,000 5-star reviews. So it's like the proof is in the primer because there's so many people that love it, and it is our most replenished product. So it's just something that we're always going to be speaking back to. And like what Julie was saying, you're going to see some new things coming in March with additional support from
Yep. And this is great for normal skin. So if you're talking to somebody online and they don't really know their skin type, or it's their first time introduced to a primer, this is a great one to start with.
Yeah. And I think there is someone who maybe has their phone in rustling around a little bit. So if you are walking or something like that, if you could mute your line, that'd be great just for the recording.
So you guys all know we do have a primer category. The original Smooth and Blur is our #1, but we do have 9 different primers depending on your skin type or concern. Is it 9 or 11? I think it's 11.
I think 11 at this point.
It's 11 at this point. Sorry. So I'm not going to go through every single one of these for sake of time, but do you guys have any specific questions about any of the primers that you see on here? Okay, so we all know that primers are to be applied with our fingertips with the warmth of your hand to really work it into your skin, a pea-size amount. You can cocktail primers by putting, one in the T-zone, another primer on the cheek. There are a couple primers that you can actually mix together, and those are the primers that aren't dimethicone based. For example, the primer oil you can mix with Radiance. You could always layer primer water and then an additional primer over top of that. We just don't want to apply too much primer, because what happens when you apply too much primer, there's no more fine lines and pores for it to go into, and it will start to ball. So we just want to be strategic with placement and what we're sharing with our client.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right, moving along.
So next up, we're going to go into our spring launches that are currently going to be online and on our gondola. So our tag phrase for this season is going to be LA looks good on you. And you're going to see a lot of new imagery starting to happen for us as a brand at Smashbox. So we've always been a brand that really has spoken to the studios. And the studios are definitely our heritage. It's something that we'll never forget. Sorry, if you could mute your line, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. So it's going to be something that we're always going to speak back to, because again, it is our brand essence and it's going to be our unique point of difference. But for coming up, we want to really kind of go into LA, and because we are an LA based brand, and that's where a lot of our storytelling and creativity comes from. So you're going to see a lot more imagery that happens in LA. it is going to be something that is going to be a little bit more interactive. You're going to see them out in the town, and it's going to show how our products are also really easy to multitask. So you're going to see girls reapplying their makeup and how they can change their look quickly and easily. So you're probably going to start to see that currently on our Instagram, and it's also going to be on our gondola. So this is just some visual imagery that we have as kind of reference. So you have your Hollywood sign. Of course, palm trees are always going to be LA. And then those kind of classic automobiles are going to be kind of working in. Another thing that you're going to see a lot from us this season is how-to videos. So you're going to get some more kind of macro inspiration from Smashbox, but it's going to be easy and attainable macros. So it's not going to be like, 3 seconds that suddenly you have 14 steps of eyeshadow. It's going to be, how we create these simple looks quickly so a client can recreate at home. And then also we're going to have some fun video that has to do more with kind of like the 90s style of videography. So you're going to see a little bit more not so polished looks. It's going to be a little bit more off the cusp and interactive. The first product that we're going to be speaking to with our spring launches is going to be our LA Cover Shot palette.
And this is already launched online, right? So you guys have seen this?
I think they might be muted
They
now.
might be muted. It's already launched
it's online.
So we'll do a quick review, but this is where if you guys have more specific questions, this would be a good time to ask.
Okay.
So the cool thing about this one with the packaging does have a lenticular on the front. So as you use the packaging, the sunset goes to sunrise, sunrise to sunset. So you get a really pretty kind of glow with the package. And then we have 4 different inspirations inside of the palette. So there's surf, sand, chic, and street. And those are represented by 4 different neighborhoods that kind of inspired these palettes, and neighborhoods in Los Angeles. So that is going to be Venice Beach, which is actually where our Smashbox store is. We have Silver Lake, which is kind of that fun, a little bit more boho area in LA. We have downtown, which is a little bit more gritty, and it's going to be that more street kind of smoky look. And then Hollywood, which is a little more glam, but also has like a little sparkle to it. So those are our 4 inspirations for the palettes. Inside of the palette, you do have 16 high pigmented eyeshadows, and these are all a current formula. So it's a mixture of our Cover Shot palettes formulas as well as the trio formulas. You have 9 mattes and 7 shimmers inside of there. And then of course you have your double-sized base shades. So you never run out of the shades that you're going to use the most, which is great. And you have a full-size fishnet gel liner, which is a 24-hour wear creamy gel liner that is really great and easy to use, perfect for tight lining, so it can complete any of the looks that you want to create. The majority of the colors inside of this palette are new, so you won't find them in any of the other palettes, but again, the formulas are current formulas to Smashbox. They're really creamy. When you dip your brush into this product, it's going to have a really heavy saturation, so you really don't need to re-dip more than once. Very blendable mattes, and then the high pigmented shimmers are great for fingertip application, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. I think one of the greatest things about this is the price point. So it's a $45 retail price, but $147 value. So clients are getting a really big bang for their buck with this purchase. So any questions about the LA Cover Shot palette?
I love the breakdown of the different locations in California. I had not caught on to that, so super helpful.
Oh, good.
Perfect. And I will tell you, I mean, looking at the palette in person, it might be hard in the video. What you see on this image and what you guys see online is really the pigment of these colors. It's really spot on. So it is for somebody that maybe wants to try something different, but also loves kind of all in one. It does have your bronzes, you know, your more cool colors, but then it does have your pops. So it's really universal. And like Pierce said, this eyeliner, I just put it on the back of my hand. It is a 24-hour wear, so it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's a great formula.
Yeah.
And is this a limited edition palette, or is this something?
It's going to be core, so it will be on the gondola from this point on. It's going to replace a couple of the current palettes, so soon you guys will see closure go away if it's not gone already, and then but that will be kind of phased out slowly.
Photo matte is gone, matte exposure is gone. So this is kind of taken over.
Okay.
All right. And then our other main launch for color-wise for spring is going to be our Gloss Angeles and Gloss Angeles Extra Shine. So these are a new formula for Smashbox and really fun. Of course, it's gloss, so it's not going to have tons of ingredient knowledge, but it does have some wonderful ingredients inside of it that we'll go over in a sec. All the names, again, are inspired by LA. And the cartons correlate with the LA Cover Shop palette as well. So you'll see that fun kind of palm tree-esque carton package. So with the Gloss Angeles lip gloss, we have 14 sheer shades. They're very wearable. I think one of the best parts about it, the formula, is it's really not sticky. It feels really hydrating on the lips because it has hyaluronic acid as well as vitamins E and C. Or sorry, just E in this one. It has Prismalite beads as well, and the Prismalite beads are just kind of a reflective quality inside of the gloss that make it look even more glowy, and also makes the lips look a little bit more plump. And then the precision tip applicator is a little bit like a paddle, so it just lays flat against the lip and is really easy to use. So some of them are going to be kind of a matte gloss, while others are going to have a high shine shimmer inside of them. But all of them are really wearable. Some of them are going to have a good pop of color, and there is some really nice nudes. And then we have our Gloss Angeles Extra Shine, which is a multitasker. So this one has a special applicator that doesn't go directly on the lips because we want you to be able to use this actually anywhere on your face that you would like. So the applicator allows for us to say that this gloss is for your eyes, cheeks, or lips. It is a really, really high shine formula. It's the perfect topper for any lip if you want to have a really, really glossy kind of look. You can even top this over top of another gloss to increase the shine. And it's very wearable, not sticky, but it does stay on for a nice long time.
This is one thing just to tell you guys, in store, people are going crazy over this product. I don't know how well it's doing online, but in store, people are loving it. If you do recommend it for somebody to wear on the eye, put it close to the lash line because with the warmth of your eye, it will start to migrate up. Also, too, it works best. Pierce, you gave this suggestion yesterday.
Oh, if you're going to wear it for like a daily kind of look, you're going to want to wear it over top of something probably long wearing or waterproof. So almost like if you just do like a liner and just kind of smudge it out with the gloss. When you're using it over top of a shadow, because it is a gloss that will break down the pigment over time. So it won't be an all day kind of wear situation. It would be more of like a night out or maybe a special occasion. But again, if you're using over something like maybe a long wear cream shadow or a waterproof liner, it will wear pretty well throughout the day. But like Julie said, just a very small amount along the lash line is the best way to wear it. And then if you want to use it on the cheeks, super easy, just put it in the palm of your hand to warm it up and then just tap it over top. And we can show you some fun application techniques with that in just a minute as well. So main difference with the formulas of this is we're not really speaking to any of the hyaluronic acids or the vitamins E inside of the Extra Shine. It really is more of that multitasker that can be used all over the face. Any questions about our new Gloss Angeles line?
So the Gloss Angels is somewhat sheer, correct? It looks like there's a lot of pigment, but it's still moderately sheer. So alone or layered over lip color.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not going to be like you put it on and then it will be like you don't have color. Like those brighter or deeper colors will have pigments, but it won't be like a traditional liquid lipstick that's going to be opaque.
Okay. So I wanted to show you, this is probably our deepest shade.
Yeah.
And you can see that it does have pigment. You can see through that pigment, but it does give you a pop of color.
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah, and you can definitely wear that alone with nothing underneath and you would have a nice color on the lips. But if like you're really looking for an all-day wear, you'd want to wear it, like layer it with an always-on liquid lip.
Yeah, that's my favorite combo, and it's one of our hero SKUs, so it helps the brand and it creates longevity. So
yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
But I think that the most call-outs I get from this one is the texture, because so many lip glosses, they feel really tacky or your hair gets stuck in it, and this is a gloss that's really silky feeling, but it does stay on the lips for quite a while.
Okay, great.
Awesome. And then Julie's going to go into
all right.
our next.
So has this hit online yet? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Are you guys getting tons of questions?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So this is our new Studio Skin Flawless 24-hour concealer. So our old Studio Skin concealer was discontinued, and we came out with a new formula, 30 shades. And with this, you have the new applicator. So this is really a huge, unique point of difference to this product. It's a flexible petal tip, so it picks up just the right amount of product. I still recommend applying it with a concealer brush because it is medium to full buildable coverage. So if you do go on with the wand, you can get a lot of product on there and you will have to work and blend. So 30 shades, there are color correcting shades in this category, which is awesome for underneath the eye if you really want to brighten the under eye area. This is the shade lineup. So it kind of gives you a then and now, but basically the main point of difference, this is a 24-hour waterproof concealer that's really creamy, really pigmented. It does not crease throughout the day. It won't settle into fine lines and pores. It's oil-free but hydrating. So staying true to what that Studio Skin category does. It's going to give you a medium to full buildable coverage, and it is a natural matte finish. So if somebody is dry underneath the eye and they want to use this product, definitely link it with our hydrating under eye primer because you're definitely going to need that hydration. I say always link that no matter if they're dry or whatnot because it will help concealer go on smoother. But it is a fuller, more dense kind of pigment. And because there are 30 shades and there's color correctors in there, the shade range and the names can get a little tricky. So that's what Pierce and I really want to help you guys through. In the snapshot that we sent you guys, there is kind of a guideline as far as if you're this color in Studio Skin, try this shade, Studio Skin Concealer. It is a guideline and a reference tool. So you may have to, really work with your clients to determine the best shade. They do oxidize a little bit. So once you swipe it in about 30 to 45 seconds, you'll get the true shade.
Okay.
But,
so once they set, they don't oxidize throughout the day.
No.
It has liquid bandage technology inside
Yes.
of it. And so as this product adheres to the skin, it's going to warm. And then once it sets, it won't change shades throughout the day. A couple other call outs with this. So with the petal tip applicator, you might see here, but it has little tiny holes inside of it that hold excess product. And this allows for the client to never have to re-dip her wand into the product because there's more than enough to really conceal both eyes. And there's a lot of different concealers that are launching on the market right now. And so there's a couple key differences for Smashbox versus other brands. And Julie already went over them, but if someone's coming on and saying like maybe they've tried something else that's new on the market, how is this different? This is different because it's fuller coverage than most. It has a natural matte finish and then the 24-hour wear. So these three claims aren't seen in any other formula currently. And the other thing about it, if you felt the old formula versus the new formula, even though it's a fuller coverage, it actually feels a lot creamier. It's much easier to blend on the complexion.
Yep.
And then one last call out that you don't have to tell people, but it's a lot larger product. So previously it was 2.7 milliliters, and now it's 8 milliliters. So it's over 3 times larger for $1 more. So you're getting a lot more products. So the clients are gonna be probably a lot happier for the amount of use they get out of it.
And then Pierce created this awesome placemat for our field team to go in and really promote this product and explain the undertones. So we thought it would be something great to share with your artistry team. So he'll quickly review it, but if you guys do have any additional questions, you can always reach out to us via email.
Yeah. So one of the things about this is, so we talk about this product having color correcting, and then it also has multiple undertones. So we wanted to break it down in an easy way for us to use inside store. So the first thing that we would determine is what the range of concealer, their shade range that they use. Are they using it as a concealer? Are they using it as a highlighter? Are they using it as a contour product? There's many different ways that you can use a concealer. So you're looking at that and you're going to kind of determine if they're going to be fair, light, medium, dark, or deep. The next idea that you determine after you see where they're using it and how they're using it is the undertone. So are they using it as something that's going to match their specific undertone, or are they looking for something color corrective? Their specific undertone, we have 4 undertones that you'll see, and it's also in the name of every product. So warm, going to have more of a golden undertone. It's going to be going to brighten the complexion. So it's going to also kind of neutralize scale skin tones. Someone who has a cool skin tone is going to have more of pinkish, natural beige undertone. And that's going to, again, be just going to be someone matching their complexion. Someone who has neutral, which we have a few neutrals as well. So that's kind of a combination of cool and warm. So you see both blue and green in your veins. And then we have olive, which is kind of new to our categories, but there is a lot of different olives, including there's fair olives as well as deep olives. And we wanted to offer that skin tone to also match the client's skin perfectly. And then the last categories, we do have we have actually 11 different color correcting concealers. And the color correcting is just going to benefit someone who has discoloration. So in the color correcting, we have warm and cool peach. Those counteract blues, purples, and browns. So if you're finding someone has dark circles, or maybe they have freckling or hyperpigmentation, they might look for a peach product. Then we also have our warm golden, which has an orange base. This is great for anyone who, again, has hyperpigmentation or maybe some sort of brown spot on their complexion or discoloration, and the orange is going to help brighten that. And then also our warm category can act as a color corrector. So this is kind of breaks down, like we want to figure out what their use is for their concealer, and then if they have a concern. So once you figure out those two things, it's a lot easier to match them to the correct undertone, because again, there are 5 different undertones or 6 different undertones inside of this 30 shade line.
I have a question, Pierce.
Yes.
So with color correction, do you recommend, like, for the dark circle to wear it alone under the eyes, or for the sunspots, etc., freckles, whatever, to wear it alone? Or do you recommend to apply it and then layer another shade on top, or foundation, or what is the application?
So the good thing with our color correctors, it's the foundation shade plus a color corrector. So in the end, it will look like your natural skin tone. So when you're looking at them, they're all going to look kind of like a concealer in general, but some of them will have a different undertone inside of them that will help color correct and correct. So they don't have to layer this with any other product. It can be worn totally alone.
Okay.
And if they choose to layer it on foundation, would they apply it before or after?
Smashbox, we normally do foundation first and concealer second, because we want to see what the foundation covers so you don't overmask the face. But if there's a client that loves to use her concealer first, she can. Just in general, I mean, like, actually, because it is so long wearing, you probably could use it first and it wouldn't really blur. But if, like, you're, let's say, covering a pimple, we normally suggest using it second.
Okay.
Any questions on concealer?
I think all the categories are great, and we do need this visual. We love this.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. We will
can
definitely share it.
Yeah, we can share this with you. We have a PDF of this.
And I got this, and it's on the, we have
Sorry, man.
a master
Okay.
index of Smashbox, and it's on there.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, so anything that you guys need in addition afterwards, let us know. But if you have everything, great.
Okay, great.
So we'll just move along. So we want to just quickly go over things that you'll probably see online. You don't really need training, but we just wanted to review it. This is our new Try Me kit. It's a face primer kit that kind of, if somebody's not sure about primer, or if you want to get them to use primer, this is our 4 top selling primers in travel size and deluxe size. So a great thing to link on. And then Try Me fan favorite. So again, this is great for somebody traveling or trying to get people introduced to the brand. A cat eye kit. This is our travel size and super fan and our always on Allure winning eyeliner. And then LA Vibes kit. This is an Ulta exclusive, but you guys get everything online. So this is something that you'll see online and at Ulta only. So people may ask a lot of questions about this. It's a limited edition cover shop palette and a Gloss Angeles in 72 and Honey, which is one of our popular shades, only at $29. So you're basically getting the lip gloss for free.
The palette's really pretty.
The palette's really pretty. So this is basically the shade lineup of what you guys are going to see now. And then we wanted to quickly review what you're going to see in summer before we go get the demo. So let's go into summer. and Pierce will start.
Yeah, so we are launching a couple new products in the Cali line. So we have Cali Kiss, which is going to be a highlight and blush palette. So it's really beautiful, and it's extremely pigmented. So it'll be really exciting to have a little blush back in our life. We have 2 matte blushes, which are going to be really beautiful peach and a kind of a rosy tone. You have 2 shimmering highlights on the other side in the larger pans. And then in the middle, you have 2 toppers that are going to be really sparkly and high shine. So this is a great way that you can add color to the cheeks and you can layer and build. The 4 highlighters are going to be wet dry. So a client could pick the product up on her brush and then wet it with a little bit of water or a little bit of primer water, and that's going to intensify the pigment. You really wouldn't want to do that too much with the matte blushes because they're already so pigmented that it's unnecessary to use those wet. So you can use them together, use them separately. It's going to be the same price point of $39. And you're also probably going to be seeing an update of the Cali Contour. We're going to keep the original Cali Contour as well as add in a shade that will be available online for clients who have more of a medium to deep skin tone.
And this launches April 1st, so it's always 2 weeks prior for you guys. So it would be mid-March.
All right.
Oh.
So just the little copy of face charts, but again, these are pretty user-friendly. You can use them however you please.
So next, we really want to talk to you about the Crystallized collection. This is an Ulta exclusive, but you guys will have it online. And for true Smashbox fans, because it will only be offered in Ulta, we really want to make sure that you guys feel comfortable with it because it will be the only other place that a customer can get this, and it is limited edition, launching April 1st. So we have partnered with Brie Luna. She's considered the Hood Witch. You know, we like our partnerships with independent artists or unique people. And we partnered with her because she was originally a makeup artist and she worked years in Los Angeles as one. Now she considers herself a modern mystic who really uses crystals to empower people to live a fuller, more enchanted life. So she is this beautiful influencer that you can follow on social media. She has 300 and I think it's now up to 50,000 followers. And we partnered with her to develop this collection with a crystal inspiration. So what you'll see here, these are always on liquid shadows. They will, and unfortunately we don't have any of this product to show you. So there are some shades that are still a work in progress, but everything should be to you guys by mid-March. But what's really cool about these is it has a crystal on top, and these are liquid shadows.
Pretty.
So you can see the crystal inspiration on the bottom and then the shade name underneath. So every single product in here has a crystal inspiration. And if you're really into crystals, you could look up the meaning, which is really cool. But these have a 12-hour wear. They won't crease. They won't flake or smudge. The pigments are insane. They're a beautiful shimmer. You can layer them down first and build shadow over top. My favorite way to wear these is kind of pop it on top for really intense pigment. They're amazing. They're amazing. If you do your whole eye look and then you pop one of these on top, it just takes your look to the next level. And then every kind of category has a little mantra, but I won't review that for sake of time. And next, we're going to have a limited edition crystallized cover shot palette. The packaging is amazing. It's crystals on top, and it is a 3D palette, so you can feel the crystals. We have all the names, again, inspired by crystals, but they're 8 shadows, 2 bigger base shades like our cover shot category, $29, and you'll see these hit mid-March too. And then the crystallized highlighter, this is almost like an opalescence. It's really, really beautiful. The packaging is like the cover shot, but inside it also kind of has that crystal feel. It has actual crystals in the formula. So this is a product that we only want to apply on the cheek. It is not safe for the eye area, but because of that infusion with crystals. It's a clear base, so it allows for the purest possible reflection of light. So for those ladies that love a highlighter, this is a really unique one. It's beautiful. They're going to love to carry this around with them because of the packaging as well. And it's $39.
That's a gorgeous collection.
Oh, it's amazing. This whole collection is amazing. You guys are going to do so well online. And then we have 3 limited edition primer waters. What's really cool about these is they all kind of have a feeling and a scent with them. So we have the Crystal Inspiration, and then of course the name. So you have Love Ritual, which is more of that jasmine rose, Aurora Shield, which is sage and tea, and then Crystal Clarity, which is lavender and sweet dreams, or sweet orange, sweet dreams. Ah, that was kind of cute. Right? No.
It smells like sweet dreams.
It smells like sweet dreams. So again, you know, bringing in core to a limited edition product, which is great, and it will bring people back to the brand. And then we have the Crystallized Los Angeles. So 3 limited edition Crystallized Los Angeles. So the same exact formula, they're just limited edition shades. And you can see, I guess we're still working on a shade name. But again, launching in mid-March. Oh, there we go. And then this is my my favorite product in this category. It's a crystallized primer. So a crystallized primerizer, I should say. So it's exactly like our primerizer. It's going to increase moisture, but it has a luminosity to it. So it's really amazing.
So do you want to finish talking about them while we...
Oh my gosh. Pierce just brought in a tray of crystallized. So this is like a hot moment because this is something that we didn't think we had to share. So we are setting up for makeup. So I'm just going to quickly review it, and then we're going to get right into the makeup. Also crystallized shimmer drops. So very similar to the Vlada collection, but this one's more of an opalescent look. Very shimmery. It's called, you know, it's Moonstone's Inspiration, and that is the name as well.
What is your favorite way to apply the drops? I played with it, but for the day in and day out client, what's your favorite?
Pierce can review that with you guys. So I just wanted to show you just at a glance, I'm going to try to set up quickly. At a glance, you can see all the products. Again, this is going to be something that's really going to do well for you guys. You're probably going to get a lot of questions about it because people aren't going to be able to see it unless they go into an Ulta. So Pierce will use a lot of this on the demo. So any questions that you guys have, we can definitely share that with you. We have about 10 minutes to do a demo, so he'll only do half the face. So take a time.
I'm sorry, about 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
So I'll cut off the first 5 minutes of the
Well, that's
video.
great. Yeah.
So we're gonna stop sharing the screen.
This is Jen. She's in the
Jen.
education department. So she's our lovely mom.
We harass her all the time. She always is getting makeup done. All right, cool. So we're just gonna, so Jen obviously has lovely skin, but we'll go over a couple products. So will you hand me the hydrating under eye primer, please? Your eyes. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So the first thing, nope, that's good. You can just hand me the photo up. I'll be fine. It's right by the lip glosses. All right, guys. So I'm just going to hydrate underneath the eyes a little bit first. And so we always like to work off of a hydrated canvas. So you guys can see a little bit better. All right, I'm muting that person's line. Sorry, I don't know what's going on over there, but it's a little bit noisy.
Is the light okay?
Yes. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just lightly hydrate underneath Jen's eye. And we always like to work with a hydrated surface just because that applies a little bit more evenly. So this is going to be our new formula, the Studio Skin Concealer. So clients who have used our previous concealer, what they're going to expect is more payoff, a creamier formula. The applicator is going to be softer. It's going to have more product laid inside of it. And we talk about using an uplighting technique. And that's the idea of, we have a ring light right here on Jen right now. So that's blowing out her under eye. It's creating that really nice lift. But in general, if you have light above your head, where we normally do, and if we're in an office or something, it creates a shadow underneath your eye. So you want to create that lifting effect so you never look tired. So we have a placement we call uplighting. So we're going to work a little bit of product just into the tip of the brush. We're going to start at the inner corner of Jen's eye, and we're going to pull down the area where she has discoloration. So that's going to be your first kind of little stripe. And then the next, you're going to kind of lift the product up towards the temple. I'm going to have you turn your head just a little bit this way. And just kind of like lightly shear it towards the hairline. And then last, whatever's on the brush, we're just going to pull it inwards underneath the lash line and kind of create a triangle of light. So you're going to go down discoloration, up to temple towards the hairline, and then underneath the lower lash line. Then I'm just going to take off. I have a little bit too much product inside of here. And again, since this is such a full coverage product, I don't need too much. I'm just going to lightly start to blend out and diffuse with the same brush. So this is our buildable, our blurring concealer brush. And it's a perfect kind of tool to use with a full coverage concealer because it's going to diffuse the look of the pigment. So again, with Jen's under eye, she has a little bit of a darkness. So we used something that had a little bit more gold inside of it because that's going to counteract the look of her bluish gray that she holds underneath her eye just a touch. And then that's going to give her that nice, really beautiful lift. Sets in about 60 seconds, going to warm to her skin tone, wear for 24 hours with that waterproof formula that's not going to fade or crease, cake, or flake. So it really is that kind of perfect one-stop shop that you don't have to retouch in the afternoon. So now that we have her under eye brightened, I'm going to first talk a little bit about our new cream shadows from the Crystal collection. We all really love these because they are such a creamy formula, and you do have that super cool crystal top on it. So it has a very similar tube and applicator to the Los Angeles line, except for it's not an actual kind of silicone applicator. It has a little bit more of sponge, so it holds onto the product. So you can apply that directly onto the client's eye at home. I'm just going to use my ring finger and tap the cream shadow onto her lid. And these are super reflective and high shine. So this could be a very quick, easy way to have a nice kind of shadow application on a day-to-day basis. If like you're a person who's just going to wear a single shade, this would be the only thing that you really need. Throw on a little mascara like Jen has on, and you have a really lovely, complete look. They wear really nicely throughout the day. They all do have a little bit more of a high shine. Do you mind leaning in a little bit closer just so they can see that kind of pigment? You can see a beautiful kind of glowy look to the eyes instantly. Will you hand me the LA Cover Shot palette? And then we're going to finish her eye look with our LA Cover Shot palette. So again, your lenticular goes from night to day. I'm like obsessed with this lenticular. It's so pretty. Then you open it up and you have such a wide range of shades. And so what we recommend for clients at home who maybe aren't super experts in their application technique, they can choose a quad. So like this is kind of going to build a look, this will build a look, this will build a look. Again, they're inspired by the neighborhoods. Or if someone is a little bit more kind of free-spirited, they can really just go and use whatever ones they want. Because we have that base, I'm going to use the Hollywood, which has some nice kind of rosy tones to it. And actually, I'm going to use Silver Lake today because we do have those nice mattes, and that's going to be a good way to diffuse her crease. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to lay down a matte shadow underneath her brow. So 3 out of the 4 double base shades will be matte. And at Smashbox, we have matte base shades because we want to smooth the look of the skin. And the other great thing about a matte base shade is it doesn't overtake. So your brow bone already naturally protrudes more forward than the rest of your face. So if you add a lot of shimmer underneath the brow bone, it can kind of overtake the look. So we like to have a little bit more of a subtle highlight underneath the brow. Next, I'm going to go in with our 2 matte contour shades. So you have a nice kind of warm bronze and then a more neutral taupe. And this is a great way just to sculpt out the structure of the eye. So you can see with this one single dip into the product is going to give me enough saturation to evenly diffuse her crease and build in structure. We do still have all of our eye shaping videos on our YouTube channel. So if clients have a lot of questions about shadow application or placement, it's a great way or a great place to direct your clients to have some at-home learning experience. And it has, of course, Lori Taylor Davis being our featured artist, and she's always fun to learn from. Something else we love to do at Smashbox is drop shadow to enhance the shape of the eye. So whatever you use in the crease, we love to use underneath the lash line as well. So I'm just going to take those same 2 shades, tap off my brush so I don't have too much excess. And I'm going to tickle along Jen's lower lash line, just lightly back and forth, and diffuse this product to create a little definition along the lower lash line that isn't too harsh. And so for us as a brand, we love to, again, enhance the shape of the eye, and we love to have that kind of shadow effect, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like a stark black or something like that. So a great way to update your look would be with your neutral crease tones. And the last thing you can do to kind of polish off this look is use one of these shimmer shades. So this is the middle shade in the Silver Lake inspired. I'm using it with my ring finger. And why we do a fingertip application is because the finger will hold on to these shimmers and it won't let the shadow fall onto her complexion that's already perfected. And it also will increase the saturation of my shadow. So I have that instant payoff that's gonna wear all day long. Do you wanna lead in just real quick for me again? Again, an easy shadow look that you can wear every day. And we can finish off that look with our gel liner. Close your eyes for me real quick. And I'm just gonna lightly tickle along her lash bed in small, short strokes. This gel liner is great, again, because you can tight line and work it in between the lashes, so you make your lash line look fuller. It really will wear all day long. Jen, open and look at the floor for me. And it's perfect for that waterline too, because it's not gonna transfer from top to bottom. And one thing that we just wanna tell clients when they're using these is they wanna keep them nice and sharp. If it gets a little dry, you can always color it onto your hand to help kind of warm it up and reinvigorate the product. And then also make sure they always have their lid on, because otherwise this product will dry out. I don't have the actual Cali Kissed product, but I have the new packaging. So it will look like this, super cute, very sunny, very LA. And then inside you will have, again, your 2 matte blushes, 2 highlights, and 2 toppers. For her cheeks, we're gonna layer a couple things. I wanted to show you this. This is going to be, sorry, everything's like actual lab samples, so they have all these weird things on them, but this is going to be our primerizer. Can I show it on the back of your hand, Julie? Yeah. So the primerizer is going to be our primerizer traditional, so it has the niacinamide and the hyaluronic acid. It's a dimethicone-free primer, but the great thing about this one, it has a little additional luminosity inside of it, so it's gonna give this skin a really lovely glow. So clients are going to be able to get a little bit more hydration look because it has the shine to it as well. So it will bounce light off your complexion. So for Jen, we're gonna give her a really glowy complexion because we're gonna layer a couple things together. Primerizer is definitely user-friendly. I'm just gonna take a little tiny bit with my fingertips. And you could totally, if like a client doesn't have an additional highlighter at home, she could use this as her highlight. And because she has that long wear concealer as the base, it's really not gonna move. So that gives her, let's say, a natural glow. If you're gonna wanna build up that saturation, you can add in the new Crystal Collection highlight. So pigmented, really gorgeous. When layering, we always recommend using a fan brush because this will layer so it's not too heavy. I'm gonna take a little additional, tap off my excess, and this will just build in a little extra highlight. This one does have crushed crystal inside of it. So it creates, again, that really gorgeous shine on the complexion, but it will not be safe for the eyes, like Julie told you earlier. And then last but not least, if you are gonna go all out and just kind of go crazy with your highlight, we do also have our lovely shimmer drops. They reformulated these so they're easier to use. It is going to be really, really sparkly in a nice way, but they're more opalescent than the Vlada. And again, they have an easier application. So I'm just taking one single drop. I'm gonna do a fingertip application, and I'm just going to kind of soften it onto the palm of my hand. You guys can see how it has that more kind of unicorn highlight, the blues, pinks, and purples. And for Jen, just a very light tap is gonna be kind of the best way to apply this. And in this ring light right here, like you can see her cheek, it is glossy. Is glowing. She is very, very sparkly, but in a really lovely way. So you mind turning your head just like back and forth a little bit? But you can see that really creates that almost kind of glossy editorial effect. And then the last thing that we'll talk about is, of course, our glosses. And the glosses, like we said, they do have a really nice kind of sheer coverage, but of course it will give your lips color. These glosses that are in my hand are actually still part of the Crystal collection. So they're 3 limited edition shades, but they have the same formula with hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. They all have crushed gemstones inside of them. So it's going to create that really, really high shine glossy effect. And of course, glass is glass. It's nice because I don't have to be super perfect. I don't have to create a really crisp line because it is going to be easy and user friendly. So quick little application with all of our newness. Is there been any questions about these products or concerns of how to use these at home that I can answer?
They're just beautiful. I am so excited about the shades and the formulas and the packaging. I cannot wait to get my hands on them. I think they're going to be a huge hit, and it's so fun to have the exclusive with Ulta. So
yeah, I think that one's going to be really great. You guys will see an exclusive with Sephora coming up as well, but it's still in the making, so we'll have a training on that one coming soon.
Pierce, what's the shade of the lip gloss you put on?
it is beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
That's such a good question.
Oh, it's a lab sample. We don't know.
It is a lab
But
sample.
hold on one sec. I might be able to.
Is it like the pinky mauve one, or
It's
is
Fire
it
Opal.
fire?
Free spirited.
Yeah, Free Spirited Fire Opal.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really pretty. So I think they're all going to be like lovely hits. So this one's a little bit have that orangey glow. We have a really nice neutral mauve.
Pretty.
Gorgeous.
Pretty. And then you have a really beautiful kind of cool purple. And then there's 3 different always-ons that goes with these as well that are really beautiful as well. Which I don't.
I think you're talking over you. Is there a scent to those Pierce or a mask or anything?
There is a scent to the 3 primer waters.
Yes.
But everything else
Our,
has. Yeah, they have like a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah, it's our signature scent, and our lip glosses or our lip products is just a light vanilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's nothing strong or overpowering. It's just to kind of mask,
Yeah.
anything that doesn't smell good.
Yeah.
So right now we like Pierce said, he can cut off the beginning of the video. So we have about 5 minutes. We really wanted to leave it open for you guys to ask any questions that you may have that we didn't review, because we did keep this basically on newness. So shoot, unmute and ask away.
I sort of blasted you all the way through. This is Christy, so I don't have a lot, but the application was so helpful in showing the layering on the cheek of the Glow products. So helpful. So you answered a lot of what I had when you applied and layered.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Sorry, it was quick, but it actually worked out pretty nice.
And I think that's what's so great about these products that are launching is it doesn't have to take 45 minutes to get a beautiful look. They're all really user-friendly. These are great tips to really share even online with customers to be like, hey, these cream shadows in the Crystallized collection, you can just pop it on with your finger. You're out the door. Keep it in your purse. Pop it on after work. You're ready for happy hour. It's really simple.
And they really do work best with your fingers with that cream product.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like multitasking, if someone is a multitasker, you can totally use your concealer as a foundation. If you want a nice full coverage, it definitely blends out evenly, especially if you have a primerizer or primer oil on the complexion.
Okay. Did you have anything, Leanne?
I'm trying to think. I know that there's the we have all the shades for the new concealers, but do you typically, I guess it depends on each customer, but do you typically recommend going just a little bit lighter for underneath their eyes?
So we say eyes is either your natural skin tone to 1 shade lighter.
Okay.
For a blemish, you do your natural skin tone to 1/2 shade deeper.
Okay.
Because if you go too light in a blemish, it kind of counteracts and it highlights it. For contour, 1 to 2 shades deeper. Or if you're using your concealer as a highlighter, 1 to 2 shades lighter.
Okay.
But I think you guys should, if you have that placemat that Pierce showed us during the PowerPoint, I think it's a conversation when you're chatting with people. It's what are you wanting to conceal? What are your concerns? Because if they are concerned with under eye and they want to brighten, you have to make sure there's no concern with discoloration. Because sometimes if you go too light, then you can look gray underneath the eye or look ashy. So it's asking those questions to really help determine. And that's why there's so many options within a category, within the fair, within the light, medium, so forth. There's color corrector options. So make sure you are asking those questions.
And I know a lot of people really like to go super light under their eyes, which is fine. But those are the people that probably need to layer more than one product. Because if you take, let's say someone's like, you know, more of like a light medium, they want to go more like fair under the eyes, it will look blown out. So you might want to sell them 2 concealers, or one that's more along their skin tone and then their highlight concealer.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And then you mentioned contour. I know you have a cream contour, but you can actually use the new concealer as a liquid contour.
Yeah, the contour sticks are still here, but the foundation sticks sadly went away. So if someone wants like a really creamy contour, you can use this. I would look for shades that have a neutral to cool undertone if you're using them as a contour, because if you're contouring with a peach or a warm, it's going to look very orange, I would say. But they can contour with any of the deeper shades if they feel like.
And our little tagline for our new concealer is conceal, correct, and shape. So we are going after that category. So you might have a lot of people asking questions. So that's a good one.
You're going to see it's already posted on Instagram a little bit, but they are focusing on multitasking the concealers in different ways. So.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Any questions, last minute questions? No? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick 30-second review.
Okay.
Does anybody remember the new tagline?
Hold on. It's everyday.
Makeup for everyday life in the spotlight, because the world is your studio.
Yay!
That's
yes.
the whole thing.
That is our new tagline. And what is our 3 hero franchises?
Photo Finish, Always On, and Studio.
Yep.
Studio Skin, absolutely. So you're going to see a huge push and promotions going on for Photo Finish Primer in spring. But what are you guys going to always link with any sale?
A primer.
A primer, yes. Yeah. Bring it up. Ask those questions. Are you currently using a primer? If so, what are you using? What do you love about it? What do you not? Did you know Smashbox created primer 19 years ago? Start those conversations. Up. And then we have our LA story, which you're going to see new visuals and everything coming up. Everything's inspired by Los Angeles. You guys have the glosses. You have the palettes. Concealers. Give me 2 benefits.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're testing you.
You can correct darkness. Or are you talking actual formula benefits?
Benefits. Why should I use this?
Fuller coverage.
Okay.
Waterproof, long wearing.
Yep. And what did Pierce talk about? The point of difference. How long does it wear?
24 hours.
24 hours. Great.
What's the finish?
Natural matte.
Natural matte. You guys
that
are awesome.
applicator is special because
it has holes in it to hold more product. You don't have to double dip.
And that's for both eyes, so you don't have to.
Yeah, it's a first to market, so we're the only brand that has that applicator currently.
Yeah.
Love it.
You guys are super smart. We're launching a new partner with our Cali Contour, Cali Kiss, that has blushes. And then what collection are you guys getting that no other retail is getting besides Ulta?
The Crystal.
Crystal Ice collection. Who did we partner with?
Hood Witch.
Hood Witch. Awesome. And you got to see, I'm not going to review all those limited edition products, but you got to see them. They're all inspired by Crystal inspiration. And I think this will be an amazing limited edition collection that will blow out.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Super excited. Thank you so much. This was excellent.
Thank you
so
guys
much for your time. If there's any questions that pop up as the artists are watching, you can just filter them into Karina and we'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, great.
Yeah, as soon as we get this video, I'm sure she'll be able to share it with you. So we appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
of course.
Ann.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.